But look, let's get into the match review now.
This will be good.
Yeah, I mean, look, we lost 2-0 last night in a complete shit show, but you could see from the first minute of the game the way this was going, couldn't you? In terms of Conte, right? In terms of Conte, how he set up the team, do you think he got it wrong yesterday?
Yes. Yes,
what
I
did
do.
he get wrong?
So first of all, we've got Conte is Conte, but there are errors being made. Not majority, but just because he's Conte, you can't just say, oh, it's Conte. And obviously, I don't understand the Doherty Reguilon. If he couldn't play the full match, like you said, get him to start and contribute, and then when he's flagging, off you go. I just don't even understand. I don't even understand how Doherty gets on the pitch anymore. I think being hauled off at half time was like, right, see you later, bye bye, you're done. And we just looked dull. I mean, we'll get on to. I mean, Brian Hill was the brightest player when he came on.
Him and Ndombele.
Ndombele played well. Lucas battled. I don't even know what more to say about that. And Ollie Skip tried.
In terms of Antonio Conte and his starting lineup and the system that we played, as soon as I saw the lineup, I don't know if I'll speak to you or to Josh, but I was saying, look, I'm not happy with this. I mean, I don't know why we're playing a 2 in midfield. I thought against this Chelsea side, their strongest point of the pitch is the midfield. So why not beef up that midfield? Why not put an extra man in there and try combat them in midfield?
Exactly. I mean, you and me have to say something as well, because we kept saying about the midfield in our post-match. What it did look like Pierre had a good game, but on review,
yeah, he was shocking.
He was shocking.
That's Pierre, right? Some of the things I saw him do on that football pitch, like, I mean, I didn't see it firsthand when I was on the when I was at the stadium last night, but on review when I was watching the highlights last night, shocking, absolutely shocking from Højbjerg last night. Stuff that you don't associate with Højbjerg as well. Lazy, lethargic, letting people just run past him. Terrible touches. I mean, he was shocking last night. He was absolutely shocking. And I don't know if that's... Obviously, it's a dig at him, but as well, like you keep saying with Son, overplayed, overworked. I feel the same about Højbjerg.
Oh, listen, Son, like you just said, overplayed, undervalued. Højbjerg, I mean, let's talk about this guy. Everyone knows my feelings on him. And we know he has got the engine of all engines. Like, I've not seen a player for a long, long time at Tottenham that could just keep playing and keep playing and keep playing and keep playing. But he is getting to the point now where literally the amount of games he's playing, he needs a rest. And like you said, we should have matched him up in midfield. We let them overrun it. And in that first half, in the first 10, 15 minutes, you could see what was about to happen, couldn't you?
Yeah, and the goal came in the 5th minute. Pretty much an own goal. It wasn't given as an own goal, but pretty much was an own goal. Massive deflection. And it happens again 10 minutes later. After 25 minutes, we're 2-0 down, 2 on goals pretty much, and the game's pretty much done. And to be honest, I think we've done well to keep it at 2-0 for the whole game.
We did. I mean, you and me saw it, because in the first half we had the defence right behind us, and we were on the third row, but the first row, because they had the netting over the... And all you could see in that first half was Ben Davies trying to G everyone up. Ben Davies trying to be a captain. Ben Davies trying to communicate. And it was just falling on deaf ears.
Where was the passion from Højbjerg last night? Where was it?
I don't know. I honestly don't. And it really, really does hurt me to say, but not things like this about Pierre, because I love him to bits, but he needs to be accountable for his actions, or his performance, sorry. And it just was not up to any kind of par. It was dreadful yesterday.
A lot of people have been laying into Højbjerg recently, right?
Yep.
I've not been one of them. I think he's been okay recently. But last night just played into all of their hands, didn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, we've heard it, and we've heard it with Son recently, but with Pierre, it's been very, very hard for me to hear these things, because obviously when I watch it in Canada, I don't see what people see off the camera and everything, and I always try and think the best of him. But yeah, yesterday he looks exhausted. And when you say he looks exhausted, it's worrying times.
They completely bullied us, especially in that first half yesterday. We could hardly get in their half of the pitch, never mind in their penalty area. They completely overrun us. They completely dominated us in every single area of the pitch. It was embarrassing standing there at Stamford Bridge with all the Chelsea fans and watching that pile of shit. That's all it was last night, especially in that first half.
Yep.
But Conte makes changes, goes to a back four, 4-2-3-1 in the second half. Ndombele comes on, who I thought was our best player probably in the second half. And things slightly did change. I thought we were slightly better in that second half. And I thought, we weren't really giving Chelsea a run for their money, but we were more solid in the game, let's say. We had a few kind of half chances and stuff like that. And we limited Chelsea to any real... Well, I mean, they had a couple of chances in the second half, but we limited them a lot more than we did in that first half. And I felt, apart from, Lloris made 1 or 2 routine saves, but he didn't come under that much pressure, did he?
No, he didn't. I mean, you're right. Ndombele certainly had an impact on the attacking side. We certainly started doing things. But what we noticed, or what I certainly noticed, is we were still back, forth, sideways. And then literally, as soon as they dispossessed us, they were so quick. 1 or 2 clever passes, and they were just down our throat. They were literally in on goal or got a man free running wide. The ease that they were just... breaking us down and then counter-attacking was frightening. And it just went to show the difference. They've got players that can spray that ball around and pass. Ndombele did try. I will say, I think in the games that I saw last time when I was here, Ndombele was not the Ndombele we know. You could see him actually really, really trying. You really could see him trying to get things forward. It just wasn't to be.
Changes that Conte made. Obviously, Skip goes off. Højbjerg stays on the pitch. What's that about? Again,
see, this is the thing. I mean, Skip, bless him. I mean, the one thing I will say, and I'm going to say it before I forget, after a performance like that, after a game like that, after a severe letdown and obviously anger, once again, the Tottenham Hotspur fans that go and travel around this country, and the fans in general, but the away fans were absolutely incredible, and they don't deserve this. All right, we just travelled across London. But hearing that, I mean, when we were going for like 15 straight minutes, it was just everything. Those Spurs
jumping
fans...
up and down, it was brilliant.
Those Spurs fans don't deserve what was put in front of them. They were absolutely outstanding. It was my first time to the bridge, and obviously, like I said, I'm like most people now, 100% record of defeats at the bridge. They were brilliant, but yeah, Skip. When Skip came round, obviously... He acknowledged us with his new song, which I love. I don't get it. He is so vital. He is fresh. I don't know why he went for him as opposed to Højbjerg. Højbjerg was the clear one of those two that needed to come off. I don't think it would have made a difference, in all honesty, because the damage was done. But it was a bit of a bizarre one.
To be honest, first of all, I want to echo your thoughts on the fans last night. I thought they were brilliant. Even at 1-0 down, 2-0 down, we were out singing Chelsea. Chelsea would pop up randomly here with a few songs about Tottenham, but that's about it. I mean, hardly heard a peek out of the Chelsea fans last night, and they were winning 2-0. But the Spurs fans, absolutely brilliant last night. I mean, my voice is hurting me a bit this morning. Non-stop singing for 90 minutes pretty much, even though the performance on the pitch did not warrant it. It did not warrant it whatsoever. But in terms of how we can move forward from this, or in terms of the tie, let's talk about 2-0. That performance, right? I think I was saying last night, I think we got away with one last night. It could have been 4, 5, 6-0 last night. At 2-0, we're still in the tie, aren't we?
100% we're still in the tie. Listen, at White Hart Lane, I won't call it the thingy. White Hart Lane.
You're not going to call it the Levy Bowl.
Yeah, all right. So anything's possible there. Anything's possible there, especially with the way the fans have been at home recently. Obviously, when we've been doing well, the fans have been up there. And this time we go there, we have to come out. We have no option but to be offensive, and we have to obviously get at least 2 goals. So we have to come out. So it should be a better performance. But with saying that, we need to attack so much. Chelsea could easily just break away and get us on the counter. But I think one thing's for sure, that the performance will be 10 times better.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have players in there like Eric Dyer back in the team.
Well, hopefully.
It's going to be a bit touch and go, actually, but hopefully Eric Dyer back in the team. But it just showed last night. It just showed. We'll get into Tanganga in a second, but it just showed last night. Having Tanganga in there, Emerson, obviously, I don't know what's going on with Emerson. I mean, sometimes he plays well, but recently he's been absolutely shocking. It just shows our lack of depth. It just shows how serious it is, how actually serious it is when 1 or 2 players are out, how bad the performances are.
Oh, yeah. without a doubt. But it's from. I think the worrying thing is we're learning this from players that we wanted out the door. That's the worrying thing. Like, people will say that Dyer needs to go. He has been incredible for us. It just goes to show you don't know what you got till it's gone. And not saying he's got, obviously, he was out of the squad, and you saw the difference. I mean, this is it's not right, like you said, and we'll talk about Tanganga in a minute. But it's clear the quality and depth it's not been there for a long time.
Yeah,
it's not been there for a long time. Yet still, we think, oh, don't worry, we've got these people. We've got people that could just do a job there. I don't want people that could do a job. I want match changers. I want match winners. I want defenders that can make last-ditch tackles, game-saving tackles. I want protection for Hugo. There's just so much. But because we've got this people where they can just go, oh, we'll drop them in here, or we'll drop it. It's like Google Street Map. Oh, Dyer's out. Oh, let's just plonk this one in here. And we think that makes a difference, and it doesn't.
Yeah, and a player that was plonked in there, Japhet Tanganga. I don't know if he's had a good performance since that Man City game, first game of the season.
He hasn't. I mean, there's no doubt that performance was sensational. It was absolutely incredible. But again, he started that one at right back, didn't he? And then we've put him at right centre back. Then he's been left wing back, or he replaced Davies against Palace. Then Dyer's out. Okay, let's put him here. You can't. He's a young guy who's trying to make his way into the squad, and I think he will be a good player. But you can't just keep saying, right, you play here. No, this game you play here. No, this game He needs to have a position and learn his craft in it. Whether that's to go out on loan, which I think he desperately needs to a Premier League team, to get regular minutes, like Cole Walker did, and then bring him back and we get to see what the development with him is. Like Ollie Skip went to Championship, I'm talking Premiership for Tanganga. He needs something. He can't just be a gopher where he just go for me in that position, it's not going to work. It's going to shatter his confidence as well.
I mean, his confidence looks shot already. I mean, he was dreadful last night.
Yep.
He was absolutely dreadful last night. And another player that was dreadful, two players that were dreadful, were the fullbacks, Emerson and Doherty. Doherty gets called off at half-time. It changes slightly. When Ndombele comes on, we go to a back four. Emerson, what did he do last night?
He ran. He got into the position, and you could even hear it where we were. Everyone, as soon as he got near to a crossing position, they're like, "Oh no, oh here we go." Or as he passed it back, it was like, "Pass it back." He cannot cross a football.
And he can't take on his man either.
No, he cannot do it. It's just we've seen it in games like the Crystal Palace game. He had a good game. He got an assist as well for the Lucas Moura header. But that's it. Don't get me wrong. I still think there's a player there, and I still think he can be a good defender. But he has got a lot of attributes that are being found out now, and it's affected us.